Welcome back to another episode of the Foot Wellness Chat, powered by Foot Solutions. And again, my name is Brian Scott, VP of Strategic Growth, and I'm here with the Miss Donna Robertson, Chief Podorthist.
Thank you very much.
Yes, so Miss Donna, the question of the day. So I have right here some shoes. What is the difference between a poorly designed shoe and a very well-designed shoe that we offer here at Foot Solutions? Can you speak to this?
I would be glad to. Thank you very much. First of all, let me say that if you're having foot issues, foot pain, you do not want to just go to a department store and pick up a shoe that has been highly advertised as cushioning or eliminating this discomfort and think that it will do the same for you. You need to address your own individual foot needs. We all walk from point A to point B differently. We get there at different step length, different stride as far as and foot position. So I would not suggest that anyone go out on their own analysis of their foot to address a severe problem that could be occurring that would lead further up the kinetic chain and destroy other joints and expecting it to resolve all of their issues. A lot of times what it does, it transfers the issues to other areas if the foot is not supported correctly. With a highly technical shoe that has been analyzed, they have consulted with the allied healthcare professionals on foot care as well as foot structures that's needed for the foot standing, walking, even sitting and resting. So that's what these shoes have been done or have been addressed in those issues. The shoe that I'm talking about here is a very controlled, anti-pronated, but it also is an anti-supinated shoe as well. So it's a good neutral virtual positioning. When we look at the last of the shoe, you want the straighter the last. This is the last, which is the shape and the function of the shoe. So if you have a curved shoe, you have loss of stability. There's a lot more flexibility in the shoe. The straighter the last, the more stable, the more direction of force is occurring in the appropriate alignment that your foot needs to be in. This shoe also has a wider heel base, a wide midfoot base, which supports the full plantar surface of the foot. The sole of the shoe should always match the positioning of your ankles, medial and lateral aspect of the ankle, as well as the full base of the foot. Now, this shoe also should be wide, allowing for toe positioning of the first and the fifth metatarsals. Because anything that's narrow or has a lot more flare or curve to it can create abnormal pressures on the ball of the foot, creating bunions, bunionettes, hammer toes, or complete dysfunction. So also with that, we want a good center of axis of that sole base. Then as we look further into the shoe, you have darker EVA foam, which is more dense, it's firmer. So it is, you can see it's lower here, so it has more of a rocker function. So it allows contact, good heel positioning for heel contact during your gait, dorsiflexing the foot as you move forward and muscles start to innervate and to move that foot in that process of the gait cycle. Then when you get to midfoot pressures here, this is where we see the majority of our issues in the podorthic world, because this is where you stay the longest in your foot during the gait cycle. Then you want, if the shoe allows for the foot to move medially or laterally, pronate or supinate, then that delays the toe off process. And that's where the knee and the hip the pain is referred to that, or the stresses. So if the shoe is supportive in this area appropriately for your foot type and foot function, then it guides you to toe off, that late mid stance to propulsion and toe off, and then that gastrocnemius fires off, elevating the calcaneus, then moving the foot forward, and you have a complete plantar flexion of that toe off. So the foot is supported during the gait cycle, and then you're ready for the next heel contact. When we look at specific shoes, and let's say that someone comes in with bunions, you want to make sure that you appropriately select shoes that does not have stitching that goes right over that first metatarsal joint that could lead to more bursitis or inflammation of the bursa sac, as well as a bunionette, a relief. Also, if they have hammer toes, any type of corns that have developed on the dorsum or the top part of the toes due to an injury or loss of muscle strength within the foot, they're unable to toe off. You're eliminating pressure here, but the technology of the shoe allows for your foot to move forward and actively engage those muscles. So yes, when you come to Foot Solutions, those issues are addressed by a complete foot analysis. Also, looking at your footwear. The footwear you came in with that has actually led to some of your problems. So the foot may be enclosed, but if it's not guided from heel to toe in the direction, then you have a breakdown in the whole kinetic chain and injuries will occur. Prevention of these injuries is your best direction.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much
Thank
for that,
you.
Ms. Donna.
Thank
well,
you.
there you have it. Until next time, you heard it here on the Foot Wellness Chat, powered by Foot Solutions. Thanks so much for joining us.